The Illinois Soybean Association's always had yield as one of its highest priorities. Since we started the checkoff, farmers came together and we're trying to find ways to market soybeans, but also the way to produce more.
When it comes to soybean, managing stress is being on time or being proactive in some cases. So what we attempted today is to start them out with giving them some good diagnostic skills on understanding where their crop is, as far as what stage of life is it in and how important is that stage of life when it comes to certain stresses. So when we look at a corn crop, we know that it can go from vegetative to reproductive stages, and we can identify it from the road. But with the soybean crop, if you want to know what growth stage it's in, you got to go out in the field and actually take a look at what's going on, and the plant will show you where it is. And each growth stage has certain things tied to it as far as how much risk it can take.
We have the potential in this country to produce whatever we need to produce. Farmers have always came through, and when you can unleash that power and let us produce to the market and give us the right signals, we do a great job.
Our goal is to send them home with a lot of take-home knowledge. So there's things you can learn in college and learn in a book, and then there's things you can learn hands-on and take it home and implement it in the field. I'm hoping that we send these guys home today, they realize that it is game time right now for the bean crop. They get frustrated with the corn, they may want to walk away from the corn. We cannot walk away from this bean crop. So this bean crop still has a lot of potential. No matter what they say at the coffee shop, you have to get out in it and evaluate it.
We've been taken through some of the courses on how to determine what the growth rate, or the growth stage of beans and where they are, and what you should or should not be doing at that particular growth stage.
Farmers are some of the smartest people in the world when it comes to producing crops, and if other people come in and try to supersede that, that's when we start getting into troubles. But we have the resources and the labor here to get the job done. We need to maintain our transportation system so we can move the products that we need in and out. We need to maintain our market access so we can have a viable marketplace to produce for. And we really need to keep our regulations and government at bay so that farmers can do what they do best.
Right now we're in the reproductive stages of the soybean crop, and we're starting to affect how many pods are going to be on a plant versus how many beans are in a pod. So knowing when those stresses can happen and when they're going to cost you is going to be important. Right now, for instance, managing spider mites is going to be big. Right now is if we say game time for the beans. We have to protect these beans. If we wait to see damage in the field from our pickup, we've given up quite a bit of yield. And spraying this week versus 10 days from now could be, in some cases, it could be 10, could be 20 bushel differences out here in the fall by when you manage the mite. Not so much as how did you get it done, but when did you do it?
So a lot of farmers know about the checkoff. When they sell their soybeans, they give a portion of that money that goes into a fund that we as a board invest and try to develop better markets, better uses for the soybeans. We're faced with new regulations from government all the time, and we need to have a voice in Washington and Springfield to fight those. But the checkoff dollars, we can't use those for those activities. The membership side of our organization is all that much more important, because that's farmers coming together on a different level, saying, here's some money, here's my voice, carry it forth to speak at Washington and speak in Springfield on my behalf. And today it's easier than ever to become a member. Just an opportunity to step forward and have your voice heard.